Hi, good day students. Welcome to Kim's World. Today, we are going to study on how to divide 3 to 4 digit dividends by 2-digit divisor. So, if you can still remember in our previous video, you learned on how to divide numbers by 1-digit divisor, and we did that digit by digit. So it takes easy for you to do it since we have only 1-digit divisor. But the main question here is, what if you need to divide numbers by 2-digit divisor? Can you do it? Okay. So with that, I'm going to help you. So I have this video, I have this lesson so that you can easily handle that kind of problem. Do you want that? Okay, so let's proceed. So here we have steps to follow in dividing numbers by 2-digit divisor, and I want you to take note of the following steps so that later in our application in the example, it will be easy for you to understand what we are doing, okay? So first, let me read you. Take the first 2 to 3 digits of the dividend as one number and divide this by the divisor to get the first digit of the quotient. Step 2. Multiply the result in step 1 by the divisor. Step 3. Subtract the product from the involved digits in the dividend. Step 4. Bring down the next digit. Step 5. Repeat the steps until there are no more digits to bring down. Step 6. Check your answer by multiplying the quotient and the divisor, and then if we have remainder or the excess, add the remainder to the product so that, and then from there, the answer should be the number in the dividend. So if we look closer in the steps, I have underlined words, and that will really help us. So I have an acronym which is DMSB, which stands for the divide, M for multiply, S for subtract, and 4 for bring down. So we will be guided by that acronym in doing or in dividing numbers by 2-digit divisor. Okay, are you ready? Okay, let's have this example. We will divide 5,472 divided by 12. Okay, so let us start by dividing digit by digit. So let us start if it will work in this number. So we could start by asking how many 12 are there in 5, or how many 12 can fit in 5? Okay, what is your answer? I know 12 cannot fit in 5. So since our divisor has 2 digits, we should know that no 1 digit or in the dividend will be big enough for the 2-digit divisor. Okay, since we have 2-digit divisor, automatically we have to regroup the first 2 digit, then divide. So we will divide the first 2 digit in the dividend by 12. Okay, but before that, don't forget we have an acronym which is DMSB, which stands for divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, then we will repeat the process. So this is the step that we will follow in dividing the numbers. Okay? Are you ready? So how many 12 are there in 54? Okay, this is quite trickier because our divisor was not in the multiplication table. So we will figure out by good guessing or by estimating. So we all know that if we multiply 12 by 2, the answer is 24, and that is far from 54. So let's have 12 times 3, That's 36. It's closer to 54, but let's have the next number if it is equal or much closer to 54. Okay, 12 times 4 is 48. Okay, it's closer to 54. Let's try the next number if it is equal or closer to 54. Okay, 12 times 5 is 60, and that is more than 54. So we cannot use that. So we can use 48. Okay, so 54 divided by 12 is 4. Since 12 times 4 is 48, and that is closer to 54. So 54 divided by 12 is 4. And that quotient will be written aligned to the to the second digit from the left in the dividend. Okay? Take note that if we use 2 digits in the dividend, we will write the first digit of the quotient in aligned to the second digit. Okay? Next, let's multiply. Since after dividing, we will multiply. Multiply the divisor and the partial quotient. 12 times 4. Here, you can look at here on the right side, it's 48. So 48, then we will subtract 48 from 54. Okay, and the answer is 6. Okay, after subtract, we will bring down. So, bring down the next digit. Okay, we can bring down 1 digit at a time. Okay, so bring down 7, and we have new number which is 67. So, we will repeat the process. Go back to divide. Divide 67 by 12. Okay, since we have a copy here on the right side, 12 times 5 is 60. That is pretty much closer to 67. But let's try 12 times 6. Okay, 12 times 6 is 72. And that is more than 67. So we will stay at 60. So 67 divided by 12 is 5. Since 12 times 5 is 60. Okay, multiply 12 times 5 is 60. So we are going to subtract 60 from 67. Okay, subtract 67 minus 60 is 7. Then bring down the next digit, which is 2. Then we will divide 72 by 12. Okay, here on our copy on the right side, we have 12 times 6 is equal to 72. So we will use, so it means 72 divided by 12 is 6. So we will write 6 on a line to digit 2. Then multiply. 12 times 6 is 72. So we are going to subtract 72 from 72. And 72 minus 72 is equal to 0. Okay? So 5,472 divided by 12 is 456. And to check if our answer is correct or if the quotient is correct, we are going to multiply 456 by 12. So 456 times 12 is equal to 5,472, which is our dividend. So the answer in checking should be equal to the dividend. If not, it means your answer is wrong. Okay? Let's have our next example. Okay, let's have the next given, 1,065 divided by 15. Okay, don't forget to follow our step, which is divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, repeat, or DMSB. So let us try by dividing the first two digits by 15. Okay? The first two digits is 10, and 10 divided by 15 cannot be since 10 is smaller than 15. So we will include the next digit, which is 6. So first we will divide 106 divided by 15. Okay, since 15 is not in the multiplication table, so we will make our own multiplication table. So let's start from 15 times 5. 15 times 5 is 75. Okay, that's far away from 106. Let's try 15 times 6. Okay, it's 90. Let's try the next number if it is much closer to 106. Okay, 15 times 7 is equal to 105. So it's closer to 106, so 106 divided by 15 is 7. Okay, we are going to write our quotient aligned to 6. Then, after divide, multiply. Okay, by the way, class, if you are having a hard time in multiplying numbers, you can use continuous addition. So, you will add 15 as many as you can until you find the closer number to 106. So, here in our example, we have 15 plus 15 is 30, plus 15 is 45, plus 15 is 60, plus 15 is 75, plus 15 is 90, plus 15 is 105. As you can see, we count the number of times that we use 15 as our addends. So that is still equal to the multiplication table that we have here. Okay, so as you can see, we found 105, the sum of 105 in the 7 times that we add 15. So it's equal to our multiplication table. So 106 divided by 15 is 7. And then let's multiply. 15 times 7 is 105. Okay, subtract 106 minus 105 is 1. Then after subtract, bring down the next digit, which is 5. Okay, then divide. 15 divided by 15 is 1, because 15 times 1 is 15. Okay, then 15 times 1 is 15, so we are going to subtract 15 from 15. And the answer is 0. Okay, so you will only stop if no more digit to bring down. Okay, so 1065 divided by 15 is 71. Let us check our quotient if it is correct by multiplying it to the divisor, and then the answer should be equal to the dividend. So 71 times 15 is equal to 1065. Okay, so it means our answer is correct. Okay, can you follow? Okay, very good. Let's have this next example, 7,532 divided by 34. Okay, so let's take the first two digits of the dividend. So we are going to divide 75 by 34. Oh, by the way, don't forget to be guided by this step, which is DMSP, divide, multiply, subtract, bring down, then repeat the process. So 75 divided by 34. Okay, let's try 2. 34 times 2 is 68. That's closer to 75. Let's have 34 times 3. It's 102. It's more than 75, so we will use 68. Means 75 divided by 34 is 2. Okay, then multiply. 34 times 2 is 68. Then subtract 68 from 75. The answer is 7. After subtraction, bring down the next digit, which is 3. Then repeat the process, go back to divide. Divide 73 by 34. Okay, as you can see here in our multiplication, 34 times 2 is 68 and 34 times 3 is 102. So we will use 2. So 73 divided by 34 is 2, because 34 times 2 is 68. So we will subtract 68 from 73, and the answer is 5. Okay, since we still have more digit to bring down, we will bring down the next digit, which is 2. Okay, 52 divided by 34 is... Okay, you're right, it's 1, because 34 times 1 is 34. Okay, so we will subtract 34 from 52, and the answer is 18. Okay, as you can see, we have no more digit to bring down, and we still have number here at the bottom part. Okay, if that is the case, we will make that number as our remainder. Okay, so 7,532 divided by 34 is 221, remainder 18. To check, let us multiply 221 times 34, and that is 7,514. Then add the remainder, which is 18. So that is equal to 7,532. So we have the same dividend. It means our answer is correct. By the way, you cannot have a remainder which is bigger than the divisor. So if your remainder is bigger than the divisor, it means your answer is wrong. Okay, let's have the last example. 8,550 divided by 50. So we will follow again the DMSB: divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. Then repeat the process. So take the first 2 digits of the dividend, since we have 2 digits in the divisor. But if the first 2 digits in the dividend cannot be divided by the divisor, then you will just include the next digit. Okay, so in this case, when we divide 85 by 50, the answer is, what do you think? Okay, it's 1, since 50 times 2 is equal to 100, and that is more than 85. More than 85, so we will stay at 50. So 85 divided by 50 is 1, and write 1 aligned to 5. Then let's multiply. 50 times 1 is 50. Subtract 50 from 85, and that would have a difference of 35. Then bring down the next digit, which is 5. So again, children, only one digit can be brought down, okay, in the next dividend. Okay, you cannot bring down 2 digits at a time, only 1 digit at a time. So let's divide 355 divided by 50. Okay, let's try 7. It's 350. Let's try 8. It's 400. So which is closer? Okay, it's 350. And we cannot use also 400 since it's bigger than 355. Okay, so 355 divided by 50 is 7. Then multiply. 50 times 7 is 350. So we are going to subtract 350 from 355. And the answer is 5. Then bring down the next digit, which is 0. Then divide. 50 divided by 50 is 1. Okay, very good. It's 1. Then multiply. 50 times 1 is 50. Then subtract 2 numbers. 50 minus 50 is 0. So that ends our division equation in this in this number. Okay, so don't forget to check your answer if it is correct. Multiply the quotient and the divisor, and then the answer should be the number in the dividend. So we have 171 times 50 is equal to 8,550. It means our answer is correct. Okay. Do you get it, students? Very good. So don't forget the following steps in dividing 3 to 4 digits dividends by 2-digit divisor. Okay? So that's all.